people buying houses right and left. And a lot of the people that are buying these houses have no idea what's underneath the ground.
A KXAN investigation has uncovered gaps in home building oversight in Texas. We told you earlier this month about a massive Austin development plagued with foundation problems and how there is no state regulator watching over home builders. This all comes as Texas is experiencing a housing boom and more development along I-35, where engineers and scientists have identified problematic soils for building homes. Tonight, KXAN investigator Kelly Wiley takes us to Buda, where city officials say a neighborhood is struggling with water underground damaging foundations.
When the Whispering Hollow neighborhood in Buda was developed, among the first people to move in were Jimmy Fort and his family.
Sold the ranch and we moved here to be closer to my wife's family and stuff. This was the first house that my wife ever had. She was always moving. She's a single mom that raised 3 daughters. And then the cowboy come along and it's been rough here.
A few years after buying a brand new house from developer Ryland Homes in 2008, Fort says he started experiencing problems with the foundation.
The sheetrock is popped out.
He began marking cracks and nails popping out of his wall. In 2011, Fort says the builder paid to repair his foundation. Despite attempted fixes over the last 11 years, he says the issues underneath his home have persisted. When we visited Fort, he showed us the water sitting underneath the foundation of his home.
Right now, there is approximately 36 inches of water underneath my house.
And the process he goes through to pump it out every day. The cracks to his foundation were visible.
I come here and I put $100,000 down on the house. But where's my equity? It's a goose egg. I don't have an equity. I can't sell this house.
The problems are not just at Fort's home. City records show since 2010, 14 homes in Whispering Hollow had permits for foundation repair. And city records show several homes throughout the neighborhood installed pumps to get the water out from under their homes. In 2017, Ryland Homes was bought out by one of the nation's largest builders, Lennar. In a statement, the developer said it stands behind every home they build and honor warranty requests when something is not right. Lennar also said it attempted to resolve the concerns of the handful of homeowners who reported issues, and that prior to building, all soil and geotechnical reports were reviewed by the appropriate local government agencies. Last year, the city of Buda paid an engineering firm $50,000 to figure out the problem in Whispering Hollow. The report found engineers warned the developer that the combination of clays and limestone could lead to serious detrimental cracking. But they found what was going on underneath Whispering Hollow was much more extreme. The engineers found water trapped in the clay-rich soil beneath the homes, creating a perched aquifer, and that water was seeping in and around the neighborhood's foundations. According to a geologist we spoke to, dry clay can seem pretty solid to build on, but when the clays get wet, the clays can become mobile and can move under the weight of the house, causing cracking in the foundation. City engineer Angela Kennedy was not with the city of Buda when Whispering Hollow was being built, but she's taken the lead in the city's investigation.
I had never seen, an issue like that before. They have essentially a high groundwater level, and a lot of that has to do with just the volume of water. Like there's one particular homeowner just so happens to be in the location where the water volume is the highest. It's like he's sitting on top of, just a river under his home.
It's like I told him at City Hall and stuff like that. There's places to build homes and there's places not to build homes.
What answers have they given you?
I think that they're still working on that answer. I think somebody messed up and they don't know how to fix it.
At this point, is the city considering changing their policies, changing the way they approach developments to make sure something like this doesn't happen again?
Back in 2007, the city was very different. We had maybe one staff person and the rest of it was performed by external contractors. And so over the years, we've started to bring in more city staff and more of those review processes are handled in-house. We are much more capable and proficient at maintaining all the engineering standards that are kind of direct the development of city infrastructure.
The structural warranties on most of the homes in Whispering Hollow, including forts, are now expired. In 2020, he and his family filed a lawsuit against Lennar. In it, their attorney says their expert does not think it will be possible to correct the problems with his home because of where it was built. The suit is ongoing.
Go look at downtown Buda. There's homes that are built down there, 50, 60, 70, 100 years old. They're still standing because they didn't build it under an aquifer, under a shallow perched aquifer, or in a river. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, Ford's family wants the developer to buy their home back, and they want the developer to do that for all the other homeowners in the neighborhood experiencing these issues. As far as the city of Buda, in 2014, they actually changed their policies to require builders to submit those soil evaluations before being approved for construction permits. But that's not the standard across the state. It's not required by state law. And in fact, the city of Austin's policies do not go that far. Reporting in Buda, Kelly Wiley, KXAN Investigates.
Kelly, thank you. We found at least 900 lawsuits related to home foundation defects across Texas since 2013. The claims include issues with foundation repairs, homes built on fault lines, companies not honoring warranties, and some developers alleging they didn't get paid after fixing construction problems. We've been reporting extensively on home building across Central Texas and the lack of oversight by the state. You can find our previous investigations in this story under the Investigates tab on KXAN.com.